All right, got another video idea. Um, Probably not too many people watching this have or are interested in the Staccato HD, but for those of you that are, this one is going to be um, optimizing the Staccato HD for USPSA. So basically, the Staccato HD falls under limited optics. I guess you could also run this gun in open, but you're at a disadvantage. But there really isn't much to this gun, as there's not too many what do you call it, modifications and stuff out yet. I think they've made a few changes to the safety and blending the back of the deal, whatever. But I think that's just staccato issues. So it's really not much to do, but we'll just kind of cover the few things that I've done just to kind of get where I'm at and use it for USPSA limited optics. So if you have the HD, of course, you want to get an optic for it. Make sure you get the right plate, or get the plate, or just have a staccato mount the optic for you. They zero it and all that stuff. Of course, it's a little bit more money probably than you would pay yourself, but if you don't get the plate or you have to wait on the plate, then you're kind of hosed anyway. So definitely the optic to compete in limited optics. The next thing is mags. You definitely want to get mags for this thing. That does take the regular Glock 17 mags, um, but so these take the 17 mags. They come with the Metgar standard mags, which for the 17 size also, but they're 18s. So I also have one of those here. So you have these also, and they come with the. It's a really small plate on there, or base plate. To be honest, I don't even know what they look like anymore because I don't have any more. I ended up getting these at what do you call it? Dawson Precision, where you buy the sights in Texas. I guess they're somewhere close to Staccato in Florence or whatever. I'm kind of familiar with the area because I was in Fort Hood, which is somewhere in between. Florence is somewhere in between Fort Hood, Killeen, and Austin, and I spent a lot too much time in Austin that I can't tell you because I don't honestly remember a lot of it. But anyway, when I bought the HD, they kind of explained where they were at, so I'm familiar with the area. But I guess that's where Dawson Precision's at. So definitely, they sell the Metgar mags. They also sell their little extension. Um, so before anybody made a proper extension for the Metgar mags, you had to get one of these if you wanted to use their magwell. So there you have it. They would fit flush basically, and then also take the Glock mags for some fast changes. So there's another, I'm skipping past things, but just now that I had this out, this is a Dawson third magwell for the HD. Staccato makes them also. I think they're a lot smaller and they're plastic. This is aluminum, doesn't really have much weight to it, but I really like the way it looked, and I liked the way it felt and pushed up in my hand. It wasn't exactly a necessity. I think it was 60 or 80 bucks, so it wasn't too expensive. But the reason why I ultimately took it off was because I don't have the. Oh yeah, here we go. I ended up getting the. I think it's Springer Precision, if that's the logo. Ended up coming up with mag extensions basically before anybody else, I think, finally. So these give you 23 plus one. So another must to optimize for USPSA. So now you have the same thing. So it's a matter of, these are actually still pretty cheap. If you look around, you can find them for 18 bucks. Ben Steger Pro Shop, 18, 20 bucks. And then these were $35, I think. maybe on Springer Precision's website, or unless I found them on Ben Steger Pro Shop. So say 20 bucks and 35 bucks, you're looking at 55 bucks versus probably the same for anything like this. Glock mags are still going to be, the 17s are still going to be about $20, 20 plus bucks. I think when I bought a pack of 5 of them, it was like $100, and a little bit more for taxes or shipping. And then these are the Henning base plates, and I can't remember what I paid for these. Probably about the same, 35 to 40 bucks. And if you go with Terran Tactical, you're looking at about pretty much the same price also. So there's options for these, especially if you have a bunch of these Glock ones laying around, just use that. If not, these are the ones, these were built for the gun. So these, I noticed these drop a lot freer, faster when you don't get to punch the mag release that very easily. These ones tend to drop free a lot faster. These ones, if you don't get it very perfect, see, I hit it about the same right there, and it didn't. That's about the same right there. Let me push this out. Let me see. Well, that don't make any sense, but anyway, trust me. These are good. If you're gonna reload, just use these. That's what I did for the longest when I first started. If I was gonna go into some kind of speed or whatever, I would start with the 18s and then just reload and basically get these out of the mag as fast as I could, and then throw these in and finish off the stage or whatever. But now that they have these, this is just the way I would go. But I have those, plenty of those, so I get to use both. So mags, the extensions, for faster reloads, the magwell, but I took it off because they don't fit these base pads. I would have had to, well, yeah, so it's not locking in. So I would have had to either ground down the inside of the gun, or I think, oh no, you can see right there. You can see where it's hitting right there. So I would have had to file down this magwell, and I didn't really want to do it at the time when I wanted to hurry up and use the gun for a match. So ultimately ended up taking it off. I may still put it back on and try it again, and then just maybe use the combination of these basically and see how well it is. But there's not too much, like I said. Mag extensions, either Glock or Metgar, the sights, and your proper belt setup. Anything that holds Glock mags will be perfect. The holster is tricky because there's not too many options. I think there's a lot more coming out. I'm not familiar with what QVO or whatever, quick violent overt or something like that. The guy from Vegas, Roger Barrera or something. I'm not sure what he's done and how his setups are, but this is the one that they were selling on Glock. I forget the name of it, Tenacore or Amacore or something with the core in there somewhere. And it was like 130, 150 bucks, and it took a while because they were making them slowly or selling so many or something. But ultimately got away from this because it just wasn't fast and consistent enough. And I went with the Black Scorpion, which, interesting enough, this is not the holster for this gun. This is actually a holster for the Walther PDP. It just so happens that it fit this, and then I was able to cut a little bit off the back so that it didn't hit the manual safety on the inside, and then also heat it up with the heat gun and just push the outside out a little bit, and now it clicks in there just enough, and it still got a decent amount. You can still hear it, a decent amount of retention, but it's a lot faster. It's a hell of a lot faster than this thing, and I think it's quite a bit lighter as well. So There's an option for a fast holster, the Walther PDP holster from uh, Black Scorpion, if you're looking for that. But the gun is capable. The gun is fast. There's another guy that shows up to the club once in a while and does shoot this, and I could hear how fast he was splitting that gun. It was pretty impressive, and I don't split that fast, but I think as he started showing up a little bit more, I think maybe the results on target wasn't what he was expecting. So I think I noticed he started to slow down just a little bit to make sure he got the hits, I guess. But this thing can still split pretty fast. Any gun can if you just know how to do it. But there you have it. Mag extensions, flared mag well if you're interested in a proper belt or holster setup. And that's about all you need to basically optimize your USPSA potential for the HD. So, all right, subscribe, like, and comment, and thanks for watching.